Do you have separate accounts?
We have separate
We do,
accounts.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you ever have a joint account in the
Yes.
past?
Mm-hmm.
When I supported us, we had a joint account.
I'm gonna check out this conversation.
Quick recap. Ramit was assisting Matt and Amani on their financial concerns, a journey that was documented and released on Netflix. And Ramit posted an update video on their progress. They had communication issues followed by financial problems, but, in my perspective, the root cause of their troubles lies in intergender dynamics.
Because I've heard this like 10,000 times already just today.
That's the end of the conversation.
I'm just tired. It's like emotionally
Let
drained.
me just talk to her. Trust me, you're not doing yourself any favors by cutting it. Trust me. So
I just don't understand why she didn't understand what I mean.
And I don't understand why you're like, oh, you know, when I worked, I felt this and this and this. Well, then go work then if it's such a big deal for you.
Matt used to work as an electrician. He doesn't work lately and take care of the kids. Amani, on the other hand, works in tech industry, and she brings in about $24,000 a month. But the numbers are not the issue here. As you can see, Amani wants Matt to work if he wants, which translates to do whatever you enjoy, but please just take action. Because as I always say, women want the man to pursue his goals.
So like deja vu, but also like kind of PTSD, but like no offense to you, but
there we go.
You can tell Matt is still frustrated from his facial expression and the tone of his voice.
Hey, Matt.
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going.
It is going. He seems still frustrated and not satisfied with the progress.
When y'all first came, we were pretty much at each other's throats. I wouldn't say I was at her throat too much as she was at mine. She can get pretty feisty. But I mean, yeah, you know, like it was hard not to argue on camera. I never thought that we would be, you know, we'd be in a situation still bickering after, you know, like people are in front of us.
Watch Amani. She listens very carefully while Matt is speaking, and you can see that she still respects him.
Like where my wife was coming from. You know, I mean, she goes through a lot of stress, and I don't know, I guess the way that the cards fell, you know, she felt some type of way, and I don't disagree with her necessarily, but you know, I'm just glad that at the end, you know, we were able to communicate and talk things through.
we started Airbnb being our guest house. So that's like
Okay.
another income that we started getting. And that's why we made that step. To be honest, it was probably like the riskiest financial decision we made. Owning 2 homes, trying to sell the first one, using all the cash I basically, and the investments that I worked on all last year. But the Airbnb is doing well. So far as like paying half of the mortgage, where it puts us back to our initial mortgage of the house back in Temecula. And that was the goal. Like we took that risky decision knowing like we can get there, where we might end up being in the same amount as like, you know, our previous house. But now we are in San Diego. And yeah, it's our second month right now in the house, Matt? Would you say so?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. So this is amazing because I remember, Amani, that one of your dreams was to live by the beach. And
Yeah.
Matt, I remember you telling me that you wanted to be more outdoors.
Combination of both, mountain house with some sort of water view. So
That's kind of amazing. And you did it in about a year.
that was like a big part that of the show that was like I didn't get an answer for until actually now, which is Matt wanted, like I wanted to push Matt to do a type of job that I do, which is corporate and things like that, and climbing ladder, and he wanted to like run his own business, and I was like, oh, I don't want to fund that business for you.
Now watch and see how things get better when Matt becomes more involved in the business, specifically by managing the assets.
And it's too risky, and you know, you don't want to learn from somebody, you want to be your own boss. But I think the problem was he didn't find that thing that was making, you know, that could be his passion. And
Listen to the word passion. As I mentioned earlier, women are initially seeking a man with passion as their partner.
I've seen him thrive so much managing the Airbnb, and you know, like people love him. He's great with people on customer service. He really goes above and beyond, like little things like, you know, cookies for the guests, things like that. And he would go down and clean it like, you know, like no other. Like he was really like working hard on this Airbnb like his own baby. And I see now what he was asking for before, like running his own business. Like I just had a different concept of it. And I think he's thriving, he's good at it, and I want to be able to support him more toward that direction.
Managing the Airbnb has been, I don't know, it's kind of delightful. You know, I kind of enjoy it.
What do you like about it?
See from Matt's comment now how he feels much more masculine.
My wife respects it, you know, like she'll actually leave me be and let me do the things that I need to do for it, because she sees, you know, her focus is on, you know, like the end result.
So thoughtful, like I can see his personality, like being put in the job as being a host. And I said it before, like I didn't feel like I could trust him to, like, you know, like to have a big investment in like some sort of business he does, but something like this, I could see already, you know, the result. I don't think I could have juggled my job and doing this. I tried to do it all, but it was one of the things where I had to trust him to do it, because I just couldn't fit everything in my schedule. And I wanna help him thrive more. Like that's my next goal financially. I'm trying to save for and invest more so we can have another Airbnb property.
Where are you still stuck? So it might be, you know, I'm sure there's some detailed questions, and I definitely want to talk about those, but bigger picture, where do you feel stuck still?
Well, I'm better now at managing my plus that will allow us maybe to invest in more properties or whatever, while he could still be a property manager. Like I want him to be there to get out of his comfort zone and be able to juggle both, like, you know, a career and I guess being a, you know, his own boss. You know what I'm saying? I think there too. And as far as like our relationship, like we're not there 100% as far as managing money together. Like we still don't share accounts. I feel like that's something like that we need to like still work on. And like that's the part, we're still like not there yet.
Why don't you have joint accounts?
The joint account is still a problem, and Matt is definitely frustrated on this matter. However, Amani truly loves and respects him, which is evident from her expression while Matt is speaking. The unexpected truth may not be readily apparent, but I will explain it shortly. Please continue watching attentively.
I mean, as she said, you know, like she's still hesitant on turning any financial responsibility over. So I don't even manage the finances of the Airbnb that I manage.
So that was a recurring thing, right? Because when you wrote me, you said that you had no access to the family financials. And would you say you have access now?
I've been told I still have zero access.
You've been told by whom?
By my wife.
You're not quite sure if you should trust him yet. And we're talking about Matt, who is the father of 2 children.
Ramit mistakenly thinks this is a trust issue, but Amani will explain herself that it is not about trust, but rather she would like to test him. And when Matt hears the word testing, he expresses how frustrated he is.
Not like trusting him. It's more I want to, you know how with the Airbnb thing happened, like where he showed his value and now like I fully trust him, right? Then I always do like a testing, right? So I was like, okay, I want to see what you would do with a credit card that we.
You want to test him?
It's not enough to like obviously cover like a lot of the bills. It's just for now, just paying the mortgage and whatever, like, you know, left over for himself. So that's why I'm saying we're not there. There's so much more room to grow.
The fact is, women only test a man, which we call a shit test, to determine if they are attracted to him. Most of the time, inexperienced men perceive this as a negative thing. However, it is actually a positive thing because it shows that the woman is attracted to you. Women test men to ensure that they are of high value, meaning they have passions and goals, take responsibility for their lives, and continuously strive to improve themselves. This provides a sense of security for the woman, as she can trust the man to handle important matters such as finances and the direction of their family. So, what Matt needs to understand here is that his wife's testing actually demonstrates her respect and love for him. She wants to ensure that he is capable of being the man she needs, willing to step out of his comfort zone and pursue his goals. Once he realizes this nuance, he can confidently pursue the direction that will make him happy.
I want to offer you another tool.
It is obvious Ramit is far from understanding women nature, as he will offer a tool here and claim she trusts her coworkers and doesn't test them. However, you cannot put coworkers and the husband in the same example as they are completely different matters. This, of course, confuses Amani and will head them to the wrong direction. As you can see, it is very important to know the intergender dynamics and work on them before addressing any other issues in a marriage. This is because most of the time, it is the root cause of all issues that arise between couples. I hope this couple will continue working on it and can move in the right direction. If you like the content, please don't forget to like and comment and follow the channel. See you next time. Enjoy the rest of the conversation.
Like I offered you quicksand when I was with you. So when you're at work, you've got these different coworkers. I'm guessing that you don't test them. All right. I'm guessing that you assume positive intent and you give them anything they ask for. And then if they mess up, you're like, okay, I'm not going to deal with that person anymore.
Trust me, I had to learn that when I started working out of college in corporate America. That was a huge slap in the face because delegating was one of my weaknesses, right? And I was like, I can't do it all. I was working until midnight. I was like, I'm burning out. I have to trust my team and my people. And honestly, like it's great, like I thrive more that I trust them. I still kind of be a quarterback and manage to make sure that everything is on track. And I just can't seem to copy and paste that in my personal life yet, which is weird.
Well, let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, that's good. You see that. I appreciate that.